Nearly 1,000 Israeli Air Force reservists, most of them retired, have published a letter calling for the release of all remaining captives, even if it means ending the war on Gaza. It says the war serves political and personal interests, not security. And it states only a ceasefire will bring back the Israelis still held in the Strip. Reservists say military pressure leads to the killing of hostages and endangered soldiers. The head of the Israeli Air Force announced that dozens of active reservists who signed the document will be dismissed. Let's go now to Noura Day. She's in Jordan's capital, Amman, and she's there because the Israeli government and the Palestinian Authority have banned Al Jazeera from reporting inside Israel and the occupied West Bank. So, Noor, first of all, what do we know about this letter?
Well, it is this letter has really created a lot of waves, Laura, in Israel. It enjoys the support from the opposition parties. It calls for an end to the war because it really takes a jab at the choices of the Israeli prime minister and considers that continuing the war is to serve his political interests rather than to achieve the ultimate or the most important goal in their eyes, which is to release the captives. And that is really what is at the heart of all of this debate. Netanyahu's choices, Netanyahu's politics, not really the war and its effect on civilians.
And Noor, if you could just give us a bit of context. I mean, how common is it for army reservists to be pushing back against the war?
It is not common. And the debate in Israel is not about the war per se. It's about achieving the results, and the results that the majority of Israelis want to see, at least immediately, is the release of captives. And there is wide support for stopping the war if it means returning all the captives. Now, the caveat for that is that Israelis don't mind the resumption of war after the captives are released. We've seen similar letters, but not in this kind of numbers. In 2003, for example, let me draw a contrast for you. 27 pilots wrote a letter protesting Israel's assassination policy back then because it targeted fighters and members of armed groups within populated centers where civilians were at risk. Look at the difference now. The debate is not about the cost to civilians. It's not about adherence to international law. It's about the politics of the war. And this is why the government is lashing out, firing those reservists and saying that they will not tolerate the entry of politics into the military during an active war.
OK, Noura Day, many thanks for that update from Amman.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.